Hello, everybody. This is Yuki. We're back. We're back. It is the start of a new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2024. I hope 2024 goes well for everybody watching the video, and hope your 2023 was good as well. Today, we are back again, as always, as is tradition every year. We're doing a account review at the start of the year. We'll review some of the goals that we set last year, and we'll review some of the gains that we made over the last year, as well as new goals for 2024. So I guess we'll kick things off with we'll look at my stat. I believe last year at the start of the year I was like 60k stat, something like that. I can't remember already, but basically now I am significantly higher stat. A lot of that has to do with authentic force symbols, but a lot of it also has to do with gear upgrades. I've had a pretty good year last year in terms of like gear upgrades, in terms of upgrading my character and progressing in the game. So I'm pretty happy about that. Biggest thing that you notice obviously is that we're 285 now. We hit 285 last year at around, well, basically on the day of New Age patch, which is like November. And we're like 72%, 73% already. So we've been on the grind for fragments, obviously, for 6-drop stuff and all that. So yeah, we're probably gonna be 286 pretty soon, which is nice. We are 72k stat. We have 97% IED, but this is with obviously with the Identis buff. 90% crit rate goes up to 100% with Sharp Eyes, 98% crit damage, 7.5k attack, unbuffed, everything unbuffed. So yeah, these are my stats, 513% else, whatever. You can read it yourself. I'm a bit lazy to go through every single thing. Obviously with 285 we have more union block pieces. Not union block, sorry, we have more hyper stat points. So this is the hyper stat that I'm currently running. Yeah, basically with 285 I can max out boss and damage and get a bit more crit damage and some IED and all that kind of good stuff. The one major change that I would say that changed in this stat window, besides the stat itself and the attack and all that, is that my inner ability changed. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this. Like people have been asking me, oh, why do you have buff duration in your inner ability? Why don't you have crit rate or attack speed +1? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a one hand user because this is a legacy thing from a long time ago, where I liberated one hand because one hand was the only weapon that could get 0 attack speed for hero on GMS and Maple Sea. So it was better to liberate one hand a long time ago, but ever since the update, which was about maybe 2 years ago, they updated it so that two hands get the same amount of attack speed as one hands do. You can hit 0 attack speed with two hand, and I do recommend that you use a two-handed weapon nowadays. But for me, I already had a done Terminus Defender 22-star shield basically, and it didn't really make sense for me to throw away my Genesis weapon when it was already LL. So it will cost me too much money to go and recube that shit. So I didn't bother. Yeah, redoing my Genesis weapon. I just stuck with the two hand. I just stuck with the one hand. I didn't switch to two hand. My inner ability. The one thing that I changed for my inner ability is that I changed my crit rate line to buff duration because I don't need crit rate anymore. I am 9.1k union, something like that, and I basically just allocate more blocks from my union block from on my union board to crit rate rather than to any other stat, because when to me the trade-off is you can allocate 20 points of your union block of your union grid into crit rate and you can get 38% buff duration instead of having to allocate 20 blocks of buff duration in your union and then having an inner ability crit rate. So basically, yeah, you get for the value of 20% crit rate, you get 37% buff duration if you just shift your union grid around. I guess I can show you my union grid as well if you're interested to see. There we go. Yeah, I have a bunch of crit rate in union and a little bit above duration, but mostly crit rate. I am 9.1k exactly, actually. I think I hit 9.1k yesterday. And yeah, that's my union. Now that we have all the new areas coming out, Shangri-La, Carcion, Arteria, and then Carcion. Carcion's coming out in a couple of days, by the way, in about a week. It really has given a lot of stat. So if you guys want to see how much authentic force I have, this is how much authentic force I have. I gained I think the last time I did this, there was only Odium. I can't remember, and it was either only Odium or only up to Hotel, and basically you could only. I was missing like quite a lot of stat from here. I think I gained close to 6k, 7k stat just from authentic symbols, which is nice. Obviously, arcane symbols are the same. There's been quite a few changes over to my on my gear over the year, so I'll get into that now. We have the Shanghai Totems. These are permanent totems that were released in gacha, so I just got two of them. Obviously, I got the bronze burner because this one has slightly more Wa than the Jade Pot totem. So we have the bronze burner and the rider totem. Both of these give a nice amount of Wa. And then I have my Misty Island totem, which is 46 and 1. Unfortunately, for Misty Island, there was an event basically that gave this permanent totem that you can flame. Unfortunately for us, our Misty Island totem kind of sucks because it has TMS level flames, which means that it's really shitty flames. You only get anywhere between tier 1 to tier 4 flames, and the rate of rolling tier 4 is very low. So this is basically the best that I could get. It's about equivalent to 56 stat basically, which is slightly better than the Jade Pot totem together with the 3 side effect for the Shanghai totems. So yeah, I've stuck with the Misty Island totem. I do have a Shanghai totem. It's here, but it is slightly worse than my Misty Island totem. So I didn't bother using it. So yeah, those are totems. These just released in Maple Sea actually last year, so another bit of power creep for us. Okay, moving on. First, I guess we have the DKR. This DKR, I believe I had this that last year already. I don't remember. It's been a while. Anyways, the DKR is pretty nice. It's a first slot first slot ICOG for +6/+6, I think, and then the other two slots +5 +5/+6 or something like that. I don't actually know. No, it's +4/+6. Yeah, +4/+6. Sorry, and then the other two slots are Prem Ward for +4/+4. It is 30% strength and 8% strength airport. Not bad. Airport isn't really a real 2-line, but it's fine lah. We deal with it. It's also name tagged by Moo, my favorite streamer. Next we have the Meister Signet. This one I know has been with me since last year. This one is the same. It's 27% main pot and 11% air pot LL. It's full black scroll, so it's 15 while from scrolling. Nothing changed here. Kana Treasure, again, nothing changed, I think, unless I changed the ad pot, but I don't think I did. Kana Treasure is +6/+4 on the first slot with ICOG, and then +4 on the second slot with Premois. It's 27% main pot and 6% strength and 11 attack on the air pot. Next we have the RR4. RR4 is the same, obviously, as last year. There's also Weapon Jump 4 that we have here, and I also bought a Continuous 3. This is like the new ring edition that I have that I didn't really bother to showcase because, yeah, I mean, this is just a dojo ring that I use for getting through the lower floors quickly. Okay, next we have the Will Book. The Will Book is 70 and 6. Same thing, I didn't reflame this or anything like that. Next is the Frontier B pendant. Frontier B Black pendant has been with me for a very long time. It is 52 and 6. It's the same. Actually, it's completely the same. I don't know why I'm explaining this. This thing did not change. 21 wire and 5 slots. 52 and 6. 30% strength main pot and 8+5 air pot. It's pretty nice. It's going to be difficult to replace this. It's going to be very difficult to replace this with the SOP in the future. Okay, moving on, we have Daybreak Pendant. This one was bought for me by Seth because I had a better flame on my old Daybreak Pendant, which I traded to him. He wanted the flame. So I bought this Daybreak Pendant instead. He paid for a bit of it because, yeah, I was sending him my Daybreak Pendant. This Daybreak Pendant is 64, 5, and 5 on the flame, which is the equivalent of like almost 80 and 5, which is good enough for me. My old Daybreak was 80 and 6, which was a better flame, obviously, but what can you do? The main pot is 30% strength, and the air pot is +2 and 6, which is the equivalent of about 13 to 14% strength, which is nice. So yeah, new Daybreak basically, for the 2-set effect, the 2-set Dawn effect. Genesis weapon, I think the Genesis weapon wasn't 21% attack yet on the airport. I actually don't remember when I did the 21% attack airport. But anyways, if it wasn't, there you go. It's 21% attack airport with 6% all stat, which is nice as a third line. Basically, it's a 5.5 liner Genesis weapon. the flame I've been throwing, I think I've thrown like 500 black flames, close to 600 already black flames on this Genesis weapon, and I have not seen tier 7 Wa even once. Like not even a single line of tier 7 Wa. I'm not even asking for like I mean I am asking for 2 lines, but I haven't even seen the line yet. On the other hand, I've seen 2 tier 7 magic attack lines already, which is I guess 1 in 300 sounds about correct. So I just got unlucky and I rolled the magic attack instead of the attack. Which is sad, but what can you do? The soul is the same, everything is the same for the Genesis weapon. Nothing changed, mostly because, yeah, I haven't milled a black flame for anything better. I think the airport was the same, but if it wasn't, then I apologize, and this is the new airport. Yeah, the fantasy belt is also the same as last year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Flame is the same, all the pots are the same. I should maybe consider re-rolling the airport, but actually the airport is pretty good already. It's equivalent of about 10 to 11%. Strength. So yeah, 96 and 5 flame, plus 6 on first slot, and then full prem war afterwards, and 27% main pot. I have a lot of 27s. Don't judge me, I'm poor. Okay, next we have Highness Warrior Helmet. This one's the same. I'm not gonna talk too much about my Fafnirs because these are gonna be replaced sooner or later. So yeah, you can take a look at them if you want. I guess the main change for the Fafnirs is that because they released the additional cubes the suspicious additional cubes that can now tier up to epic pot for all your pots. I've tiered all my Fafnirs up to epic because they were the only things left that weren't epic if I remember correctly. So yeah, most of them are just epic and 2-line at pot, but this one's 3-line, so kind of nice. The LCM, okay, this one I got quite lucky on. I believe it. I did say it was one of my goals in my start of the year video, last year's start of the year video, that I wanted to 22 my LCM and my eye patch. I got quite lucky. I dropped an LCM, which is cool, and then I 22'd it because without booming, which was nice. So I could I think I gave away that LCM actually. Yeah, I gave it to Joshua. Anyways, yeah, I 22'd it, which is nice. With basically my own LCM that I dropped. The pot is the same, the airport is the same, but yeah, it's 22 now, which is great. Very nice. The scrolling is 28 and 6, so I believe it's plus 6 first slot, and then like 4, 4, 4, 4. 5 times 4. No, sorry, there's 2 5s in there. Holy shit, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, because it'll be 22 divided by 5. Yeah, there's two 5 wars in there, which is nice. Flame is 81 and 5. Main pot is 27, and airport is 5 and 11. The eye patch Sedge, it's still 20. It's still 17. Unfortunately, I don't think I dropped a single eye patch the entirety. Oh no, I did. I dropped one eye patch last year, and then it blew up on first click 17 to 18. So I had to replace it immediately, and I didn't drop any more eye patches after that. So it stayed at 17. I didn't make any gains on this, but that's fine. I mean, I already hit on the LCM, so can't really complain. I'm happy with it. I will continue to work on it in the future, across the year. Hopefully, by the end of the year, it will be 22. We'll see. Back to Fafnirs again. Like I said, Fafnirs, I'm just gonna quickly show you guys because these did not change. It's just the airport, and I am probably switching to Eternals over the course of the year anyways. So, these are the Fafnirs. And, okay. Arcane Shoe. Oh, the Arcane Shoe, I hit a God Flame on this. That was, not really a God Flame, but it's a really nice flame. The pots are the same. It's LU, 27% main pot, and 5% and 11 attack air pot. But the flame changed. It used to be, I think... I can't remember already for the life of me. I think it was 84 and 5. But I threw some rainbow flames on it over the course of this event. This current event, actually, Identis. And it hit 120 and 5, which is sick. So, yeah. We have 120 and 5 flame the shoe. Oh, you know what I forgot? They also released 15% tracer. So all my gear now is 15% traced. I think even the Fafnirs are 15% traced. Yeah, they are. 10 strength per scroll, yeah. Basically everything is 15% traced now, which is nice. It's a bunch of extra stat. I suppose that's also where some of my extra stat comes from over the course of the year. But yeah, that's the ACS Night shoe. Okay, this is also new. I don't know. Okay, this is name tagged by Kapuf, but I gotta tell you guys that I did not ask her to name tag this. This was actually Pat's original earring. Originally, this earring was Pat's, sorry. One of my good friends. Basically, he got a 36% dex earring, and he was like, the AirPod is basically 3-line strength, so he was like, you want to buy this? And I was like, sure, why not? I just bought it off him. So, yeah, I have a CFE now. I'm 7 set, Dark Boss, by the way, now, with the CFE. I just actually today rolled the flame on this. It's 109 strength and 6% all stat, which is very cool. It's a pretty damn good flame for level 200 items, so I'm very happy with it. I did not spend actually that much, which I'm very grateful for. I spent like I think 2.5 bill or 3 bill on flames or something like that. Crimson flames, so not even rainbow flames, and I hit 120, 109 and 6, which is very cool. The main pot I just rolled using red cubes. I think I threw like 2 stacks at it or something. And I hit 9-9. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop. Unfortunately, I received this only after Unicubes. If not, I would probably consider Unicubing the first line, although it's a pretty expensive option. It's probably better to just Hexacube. So this is my one Hexacube project now. I guess if Hexacubes come back, this is my one Hexacube project that I need to do. I'm probably gonna only settle for 30. I kind of don't want to settle on 27, especially for Dark Boss, especially for level 200 Dark Boss like this. I have too many 27s already, so I kind of have to put my foot down at some point and say enough 27s, and I want a 30% main pot, so it looks nice, right? So yeah. And obviously the airport is 542, which is a very nice strength airport. It's basically the equivalent of Legend 2 line already. Legend 2 line would be 7 and 5, which yeah, this one beats because this is 7% all stat already. So yeah, it's good. I like it. Is it 7 and 5? Wait, let me see. Do I have a Legend airport? Oh, I do. But this is okay, whatever. Anyways. I'll think about that later. Anyways, wait, I have this actually. Oh, it would be 8 and 6. Sorry, 8 and 6 would be 14. Yeah, it's about the same. I would say it's very, very close. So there's no point stressing over it and no point going for Legend airport on this. I will just keep it as it is, as a unique 3-line. Good enough for me. Okay, next, Arcane Shoulder. I did the shoulder. I did the airport actually. That's why the only thing I changed. Everything else is the same for the Arcane Shoulder. The airport I teared up, accidentally teared up during DMT. Not accidentally. I mean, I guess it was intentional because I was cubing during DMT because it was a unique one-liner. One-liner airport. It was 6% strength if I'm not wrong. So I was like, might as well. It's DMT. It's Christmas. Might as well. So I threw some cubes on it. I hoped to get 2-line unique. It ended up tearing up, and I think I threw another like 1 stack at it, and it got +2, and that's all it ended up with. So I mean, I didn't bother to cube more. I might get back to this sooner or later, but I might also just use like month-end white airport cubes to try and get 2-line on this, because rolling airport is really not a fun business, and it's not really a big gain for me, even if I do hit a 2-line airport on this. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna leave it like this as is until either white airport cubes or until I feel like it's worthwhile gain to use actual airport cubes on it. Okay, moving on, we have the Night Glove. This is a pretty nice Night Glove. It is 126 and 4 flame, and it's 16% crit damage and 9% strength. So it used to be 16% crit damage and 12% defense, which was completely useless line. But over Unicubes, I threw like 2 stacks at it, and it got +32 strength. And then Seth had leftover Unicubes, and he was like, "Fuck it. Give your glove to me." Thank you, by the way, Seb. I'm very grateful. Seb spent about 1 mil, I think, 1 mil A cash on my glove. He could have stopped earlier. Like he hit 9% strength like quite early. I think within like 20 cubes or something like that, or 30 cubes. I don't know. Actually, it's within the first 10, if I remember correctly. So I told him to stop, but he didn't want to stop. He just wanted to spend money. So he went to try for 8% crit damage, but didn't work out very well. But he got back 9% strength in the end. So I'm very grateful for Seth. Thank you very much for cubing my glove for me. Yeah, as always, very grateful. Anyways, the airport is 8% strength airport, which is nice. Yeah, I was gonna say this is my best flame item, but actually my shoe is better already, so this is not even my best flamed item anymore. This is better. It used to be my best. Anyways, next we have the Black Heart. I'm actually using a Black Heart now because I am 6 at Dark Boss. So yeah, I'll probably be running a Black Heart permanently until until basically I hit 9 set with all Dark Boss. Yeah, then I'll probably swap out the Black Heart. Basically it's just too good to not use a Black Heart for me right now. I was able to, like, before I got the CFE, using a Black Heart would basically only put me at 6 set, and 6 set is IED. Yeah, it's 10% extra IED and 15 attack, which wasn't really very worth it. So you can't really justify the cost of using a Black Heart. But but with the CFE now, basically I'm 7 set with a black heart, which is 5% extra crit damage, which is a lot. And it's also 15 stat and 15 war, obviously. So it's significantly better than my titanium heart. I can show you my titanium heart. This one's the same as it was before, basically. My titanium heart has more war, obviously, but it's only like 30 more war. And obviously it has the main stat as well as the airport. The main port and the airport. But the thing is that 5% crit damage and 15 war and 15 all stat is significantly better than 27 plus 5 plus 11. Yeah, it's significantly better than this. So yeah, and not even counting the main part of the black heart, which is 30% boss and 30 ID. So yeah, obviously it's really good, and it's a lot better for me to use the black heart permanently for now until I hit like 9 set full 9 set dark boss, I guess. Yeah, so that's what I'll be running for the foreseeable future until I get 9 set. Okay, next we have the cape. The cape is the same, 85 and 6. Actually, this is the one arcane that I think didn't change at all. Nothing changed, not even the flame, the main port, or the airport. So this is completely the same as last year. 85 and 6 flame, 30% main port, and 5 plus 11 airport. Nothing too special. No, okay, fine. Forgot. Tracing, of course, the tracing changed, but no one cares about the tracing. Okay, Terminus Defender, this one is also the same. Again, nothing changed. I've been getting a lot of questions from people asking me if they should Brilliant War their shields, because you can use Brilliant Armor Scrolls, which give 10 War each on your shield. And my answer is generally no. Unless you're really an Omega Whale. And if you're an Omega Whale, you should be using a 2-hand. You should not be using a 1-hand plus shield. The reason being is that you get 50 extra war, but you also lose 50 stats. So the overall increase is like somewhere along the lines of, I think, it's something like 35 to 40 war increase only if you like account for the loss 50 strength there. So it is a significant amount of war, but it's also a significant cost to scroll your shield with, because brilliant scrolls are very expensive. And yeah, I don't think it's worthwhile to re-scroll your shield with brilliant scrolls at any point in time. It's way too expensive, and it's not really worth the upgrade. There are many better things that you could do with your money than brilliant scroll your shield. Yeah, you could just buy 22 plus 1 scrolls and 23 star your dark boss or something like that. That's probably better than brilliant scrolling your shield, because those actually retain value. Okay, moving on. 7-day Monster Barker badge and Star Pixie badge and big upgrade. This is, I think, the biggest upgrade of the year. Is my Mithra's Rage. It's tagged with Seth's name. Sold to me by Moo and tagged with Seth's name. It is 21% attack main port and 30% IED, as well as 21% attack air port and 9% luck, which is useless. Very happy with the Mithra's Rage. It was really quite cheap for me to do this. I think I got very lucky on this. I can't remember how much I spent already, but I just remember that I was very, very, very lucky on this, because like it tiered to LL very quickly, and then it rolled the lines very quickly as well. The 30% IED pot is nice, but it might be replaceable in the future. I'm not sure. And even if it is, it will be in the very far future, because that comes with Union Artifact, basically. Union Artifact gives you 20% IED. It's the monster life replacement, basically. And you get 20% flat IED, or not flat, but 20%, like one chunk of 20% IED from Union Artifact, which is a lot better than the IED that you can get from Monster Life right now. And that 20% might be good enough to replace this 30% here. And I might end up with too much IED, but I doubt it, because right now I'm 97% stat window with event buffs, which is Identis, which gives you 30% ID and all the other stuff over there. I'm not gonna go through everything, but yeah, it gives you 30% ID here. So without this buff, basically you can see I'll be at 96.44% ID, which is significant enough. Significant enough for me to want to keep the IED pot for now. Yeah, basically. I don't think I'll ever get rid of the ID line. At least it will be the smallest upgrade that I can make up till now for ID. In terms of my gear. One of the smallest upgrades that I can make. So yeah, I won't be touching the ID line. Even though I do know that a lot of people like, full weapon attack. But I think ID is also important, and it's very neglected sometimes. So yeah. Okay, I mean that's basically all my gear. Well, I mean it's most of it. I also have a weapon jump and I mean weapon jump 4, you guys know this already. I changed some of my drop gear, but I don't think you guys are very interested in my drop gear. Basically, I redid some of my drop gear so that I can grind in full 200% as well as Spirit Pendant at all times. So yeah, that's my drop gear. 200% drop rate as well as with Spirit Pendant, basically. So yeah, I redid some of it during Equality Cubes. I didn't spend too much. I just spent a little bit and redid some of the drop gear. What else do I have to show? Oh, okay. I guess I can show my union. Union is there we go. I leveled quite a few characters this year. I got my paladin in 265 so that my paladin can can leech Carlos from some of my friends' parties. And basically my main and my paladin are both doing Carlos now, so they both can get shards. So I'll get 2 Eternals every 10 weeks now, which is nice. Big shout out to all my friends that are carrying this paladin. I appreciate them. I have a 257 Mercedes. This is my hyper burning for this event. It's like 90% EXP already or something, or 91% EXP. So it's very, very close to leveling up to 260. And once it hits 260, I'll probably stop. I'm not planning on continuing any further with the Mercedes. It's basically just, it's not a bossing mule to me. It's just there for the union effect. Nakana, I'm sorry, my throat. Nakana is the same. Maybe slightly higher level. It's 253 now because I've been dumping max growth potions on it. No plans to do anything with the Kana. I don't think the class is viable at all nowadays, especially after the stone nerf. The class is really, really down bad. So it's not even worthwhile taking it as a support in a party anymore. You might as well just take some other class that gives you just as much final damage, like Soul Master or Mechanic or Battle Mage or something. That also provides a lot of damage and it's 100% uptime on their FD buffs, as opposed to 15% FD on Stone every 3 minutes. Yeah, it's really bad. The Kana is yeah, it's definitely a bad character now. It's probably like my worst high level character. Next, we also have the Hayato. I think I did the Hayato the previous Hyperburn. Not this one, not the one with Identis, but the previous one with Xavier. I did the Hayato Hyperburn 250, so that's another change. Yunmao was done with the first Hyperburn. I believe that was during what was it? Ignition? Yeah, Ignition. If I remember correctly. Eh? Yeah, should be Ignition. So same thing. This was already 250. It's just that now we have the Hayato and also the Mercedes for the cooldown effect for Mercedes. I'm also raising a dual blade here. My dual blade is 236. I've been doing dailies on it. I've been trying to remember to do Arcane River dailies on it as much as possible. This is going to be my next bossing mule because if you guys didn't know, my paladin is liberated. So it's a liberated paladin now. I finished all my Genesis missions. For y'all that have been keeping up the stream, I know I don't really talk about this on YouTube much, but if you keep up the stream and all that, my paladin just liberated like yesterday on the 1st of Jan. So yeah, it's fully liberated now and I don't really plan on upgrading any more things on it. It does like a decently fast H Lomian. It's like 20 minutes for both bosses. So that's why I'm going to leave it as a pretty strong H Lomian mule. And I'm going to work on the dual blade next as my next bossing mule. It's not going to be Hyperburn, obviously. It's just going to be regularly trained. And yeah, hopefully we can get it to H Lomian level as well. I'm pretty much, if I do mules, nowadays I'm just going to take them up to H Lomian and call it a day. I don't think it's worthwhile to fund more to get to higher level solos. My paladin does do party bossing for C10, so there's that. We have a Kali. Kali was made during the Kali event. I got it 231. It's quite fast. The rest of it's all the same. There's no other major changes. With regards to hyperburning, my next hyperburning will be a mechanic for extra buff duration. For AB Link. Yeah, it's 212 already. It's prepped. I just haven't prepped the gear yet, but the gear can be prepared anytime basically. So yeah, I'll just prep the gear for the mechanic, throw it on, and then yeah, we're ready for hyperburning for mechanic. Okay, so in terms of bosses, last year was pretty good for me. Last year we cleared, I believe Carlos, we only started clearing last year. If I'm not wrong, if I remember correctly at least. Unless I'm tripping and we've been clearing Carlos for like more than a year already, but I don't think so. Eh? Oh, I really don't remember already. I think we started clearing in Feb. Yeah. I think it's Feb last year or March last year. About there, lah. Yeah, about that. We started clearing Carlos. And then we also recently cleared Carling. So Carling we've been clearing Carling for about 3 weeks now, as you can see. We have 3 Carling ETCs here, or use ETCs, or use whatever. You use tokens here, and 3 Carlos ones. Carling clear was pretty good. Very proud of our party. Our party for Carling actually cleared quite quickly compared to what I thought we would. Compared to like how long I thought we would take to clear. I was expecting us to clear like post Cassion actually with the amount of practice that we put in, because we really weren't practicing that much. We were practicing maybe like twice a week, at most 3 times a week. But I think that we did pretty well. We learned pretty quickly, and of course the cheese strat helped for Carling. It dumbed down a lot of P3 for us, so it made it a lot easier for us to clear. And yeah, I mean we did pretty well in Carling, I think. So we cleared it, I think, quite early on. Pretty good. What else? Carling. I guess I can talk about my goals for the rest of the year for this account. For me, because there's no new boss coming out in 6 months, with the Lucid Dreamer update, which is what KMS is going through right now, is the update that they have right now. I can't really set a very clear bossing goal for myself because yeah, there's no new boss to clear, and I can't say, I want to clear this boss, whatever. But oh wait, I forgot to mention, I am floor 80 dojo. I hit floor 80 dojo just now actually as well. So I did actually hit floor 80 dojo, which is very cool. Floor 80 dojo is very pog. Anyways, yeah, I'm not like clairvoyant. I can't see the future and I can't tell what's coming next. So I will just say that I hope we can continue to clear the bosses that we've been clearing. You know what? I forgot. I completely forgot to show you guys my Hexa Matrix. Like the biggest part of New Age. I completely forgot about. Okay, this is my Hexa Matrix and this is my Hexa stat. You guys can quickly look at it if you want. I hit 310-7 on my Hexa stat. It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not great. And for my Hexa skills, yeah, you can see the levels yourself. 29, 15, 10, 10, 2. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I just hope that we can continue clearing the bosses that we've been clearing so far. I basically solo every single boss up to Saren now. And then I duo Carlos with Mu. So yeah, there's no real like there's no goals left to set, I think. I can't say, oh, I want to solo normal Carlos, which is definitely possible in the future once I get my Hexa Matrix up a little bit more. In fact, maybe it's possible even now, but I will have to play like super perfectly to do it now, with all the event buffs, obviously, all the event temp stats. And I am very lazy to do that. It requires a lot of practice, and I'm just not built different. It will take me like a lot of practice to be able to do it. So I am not interested in trying for now. Maybe I'll give it a couple of goes, and if I get discouraged and stop, then I'll stop. It's whatever. But yeah, there's not really any like big bossing goals that I can set. That's the thing, right? You could say like Chaos Carlos and all that, but I don't really plan on running Chaos Carlos because Chaos Carlos doesn't really make sense in a reg server perspective. If you're in reboot, of course, yes, you should run Chaos Carlos because you get more shards, obviously. But in reg server, I feel it's better to run normal Carlos and then just carry a bunch of mules, like carry a bunch of your friends' mules, and then you have a better chance of getting refined Ore of Life for yourself as well. So that you can maybe go for RR5 or Weapon Jump 5 if you're already done with RR5, or even Conti 5. So to me, it doesn't really make sense to go Chaos Carlos and like 6-man it again and struggle to clear the boss. Or not struggle, but like have to put in a lot of effort to clear the boss when I could just do a simple normal Carlos duo. And it's super fast. It's like a 2-minute cycle for me and Mu. So basically, it takes like less than 15 minutes to clear a normal Carlos. And we can split the refined Ore of Life between the two of us instead of 6 people. And yeah, and then I can get my paladin to run with my original party, which I split off from. And then that party basically gets a smaller loot share. Basically, they get a bigger loot share basically. So yeah, in terms of like Chaos Carlos, I'm not really interested in Chaos Carlos, or Extreme Siren, because like these things are only for the exceptional enhancement things, and I don't really care about those things. I prefer to just continue doing what I'm doing right now. Solo Siren is pretty fun. It's one of things I actually managed to achieve last year as well is solo hard Saren, which is nice. And yeah, I mean, soloing is always good because all the jobs belong to you and you can just sell them. So yeah, Saren is yeah, extreme Saren is also not on the cards. Hard carding obviously is not on the cards. Hard carding is very, very difficult, and not even the top party in Maplestory right now can clear it. Although maybe they have enough damage, but maybe they just don't want to practice too much. I don't know. I'm not sure actually. I don't think they have enough damage actually. I don't think it's a mechanics issue. I think it might be a damage issue. So yeah, chaos. Obviously, hard carding is not in the question. Not even a question. So normal carding is for a while. And other than that, yeah, there's no other boss that I'm really interested that I really have to set a goal for. Extreme Black Mage is also not really a thing because I would rather solo normal Black Mage and then get a badge maybe. If I get a badge, that's like a big upgrade for me. I can just wear it straight away. For 8 set Dark Boss. So yeah, I mean, Extreme Black Mage is also not really a thing because I want to solo and get the badge. Yeah. So I can't really set any bossing goals. I can say that I want to max out my Hexa Matrix as much as possible. I hope that by the time the new Mastery Core releases in about June, I will hopefully be done with at least Raging Blow, Spirit Caliber, Soul of Burning Soul, and Combo Instinct. Like these 4, I hope that they're all maxed. And then Soul Illusion, I might stop early because Soul Illusion gives like very little FD per level. I might stop it early, save some fragments instead, and then level up the new Mastery Core ASAP when it arrives, because that Mastery Core actually gives us extra damage on Raging Blow, which is a big thing, and it gives quite a lot of final damage. So I will definitely try and save some fragments at least before the release of a new Mastery Core. Anyways, yeah. In terms of gear upgrades, obviously I hope to 22 my MEP, this thing right here. I already have the CFE. This one is probably going to be Hexa Cube to at least 30% strength. And other than that, there's really not much else I can get that isn't like overly expensive. Like, yeah. I mean, I would like a badge, obviously. If I can drop a badge over the course of next year, that would be great. I would just wear it. And I will be 8 set Dark Boss, obviously. And then after that, I can start thinking about the last piece, what I want to swap. Probably it's going to be a Giant Fear because my Meister Signer is significantly worse than my Frontier B. So yeah, I guess maybe we'll get a badge next year if we are lucky enough to drop one. And obviously 22 the MEP and finish the main part on the CFE. As for Eternals, I will be making a very, very slow change over to them. Very, 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 very slow. As in, like, I am not gonna buy Eternals to start ever. I'm just gonna use whatever I get from my main and from my Paladin. And basically, I'll have like 2 pieces every 10 weeks, and I will just star those 2 until they blow up. And then I'll slowly go down the list of hat, top, bottom. Yeah, basically, I'll go down the list of hat, top, bottom, and I'll blow them up. If they blow up, they blow up. If they hit 22, I will keep them and queue them and then eventually make the swap over to them. That's my plan, at least for Eternals. I really am in no rush to swap to Eternals at all. I don't need it for any of the content that I'm doing right now, and I don't need it for any future content because none of that shit is being released right now. Like, there's no future content at least until the end of the year, because that's when we'll get the next KMS summer patch, which KMS hasn't even released yet. They might get a new boss then. Maybe I'll need to be stronger, but for now, I don't. I really don't. Like, for the next 6 months, my gear can literally not change, and nothing will change about my bossing at all. And nothing will change in terms of like my boss clear times and all that. I mean, it will because I lose time stats, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, yeah, basically nothing much will change. So there's no real incentive for me to try my hardest to get stronger right now. I'm basically going to be clearing the same things for the next 1 year or so, and at the same pace, if not slightly faster, with the new Mastery Core. So yeah, I'm not super incentivized to gear up right now. After getting the CFE, getting 7 set, I'm pretty happy. I am okay with everything. What I am incentivized to do, on the other hand, is to continue to level up my Hexa Matrix, obviously, because I have a little bit of OCD and I don't like to see it like not maxed. So it would be nice to level that up ASAP and get it done over and done with. I think I've rambled on long enough. It's been like 40 minutes. I would show you guys my Paladin and the Liberated weapon, but it's really nothing special. I didn't do anything to the Liberated weapon. It is literally just UE right now. I did cube the airport and I did flame it a little bit, but I will probably leave that for another video, maybe with some paladin bossing to show off the new Genesis weapon so that you guys can see how much damage I do now with the Genesis weapon. But I can tell you that it's about 20 minutes long for both Lotus and Damien, as it currently stands for my paladin. I did actually do my paladin bossing like H low man already. Anyways, that's all from me for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had a great 2023, and I hope you guys continue to have a great 2024. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.